Hey everybody, thanks for coming back to I'm Not a Critic, and I'm here to do my new review of Coming to America, the sequel to 1988's Coming to America. All right, so if you're new to my channel, what I do is I like to say what I liked about the film, what I didn't like about the film, and I do my ratings at the end. Well, while you're at it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and let me know what you think about the video. Um, what I will say is that I tried my best to not be as biased as I am. I am a huge fan of the first Coming to America. Came out the year I was born, 1988. Um, I couldn't do it. I love that film so much. It's hard to see uh, its own movie, but it is the sequel to Coming to America. You got Eddie Murphy made his return as Prince Hakeem. You got Arsenio Hall playing Simi. You got um, James L. Jones. He came in there, did a little cameo in there. But it's really hard not to nitpick at this film. I am so sorry. I know this movie has definitely has this division. A lot of people say is this, a lot of people say is that. Um, so when I was watching this, it's like, man, I am going to be so nervous to do this review because a lot of people going to think I'm hating and whatnot. But what I would do is I would say what I loved about the film. What I love about the film is that it is streaming on Amazon Prime. It is now streaming. I didn't have to go out to the theaters to see this. I'm glad I saved my money, because I will say I was disappointed, but I'll get into that a little bit later. So, over 30 years later, and they decide to make a sequel. I've always wondered what would it be, if they did make a sequel out of this. Like, would they want to give us an update on Zamunda? What's going on in there? Um, There's so many different thoughts that came through my mind. I heard that Ryan Coogler actually had a story for Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy turned it down. I was very curious. We all know Ryan Coogler from the Black Panther film. Um, I really wish he could have used that script. I wish Eddie Murphy didn't turn it down. But anyway, film is about Eddie Murphy. He has a son in Queens. We all know what happened in Queens when he was looking for a queen to marry. There was an arranged marriage that was going on, and Prince Hakeem, he wanted to find real true love, someone who loves him for him, and he found it. But found out he has a son. Goes back there to bring him back to Zamunda. And teach him the ways of how it is to be, a prince of this country. And that's all I will say about the film. I'll let you watch it. Like I said, it's streaming now on Amazon Prime. What I liked about the film is I love how Eddie Murphy has his team back. He supports his comics. There's a lot of comics in this film. You got Tracy Morgan, you have Arsenio Hall, you got Leslie Jones, you have Jermaine Fowler. He's actually a new comic. He's actually on a rise. He's doing pretty well out there. Um, yeah, I mean, other than that, what I did like it. Also, what I liked about this film was Wesley Snipes. He was hilarious. He really took his role serious in this film. That's one thing I love about him. No matter what film he does, he gives his all. And he also did a great job in My Name is Dolomite, also with Eddie Murphy. I believe My Name is Dolomite actually won an award. I believe it was a Golden Globe. It was it was very deserving. Yeah, so most of the original cast that's still alive, they make their appearance. You have Louis Anderson, you had James Amos. He's made his return as the owner of McDowell's. McDowell's itself made its return. It's a very nostalgic film. Um, I love that. I love how Eddie Murphy is putting his people on. Costume designs. We have none other than Oscar winner Ruth E. Carter. She came back and did her thing. We all know her from the Black Panther film. Um, yeah, it was nice. Um, what I did not like about the film is they didn't need to make a sequel out of this. And if they wanted to make a sequel, they could have done better. This I was very disappointed. There's stuff that wasn't funny. I probably laughed maybe once, a little chuckle in the middle of it. There was some parts I had to fast forward, and I'm just again I try to go into this non-biased, but I was biased as it can be, and I was so disappointed. This movie was not funny at all. The writing was all over the place. The main character, Jermaine Fowler, his character, I forgot his name. He's not very memorable, unfortunately. He's not funny. Um, then they just broke out in a music, thing. I don't know what was going on. They definitely could have done better. They had over 30 years to get this together. You know, yeah, it's just the thing is like I felt myself getting bored at many different times in this movie. Again, I had to fast forward on these speaking parts. It was so cringing. Jermaine Fowler, his character had a conversation with his hairstylist, and it was like, come on, really? Like, I'm not gonna say exactly what was really going on, but it's just so many different cliches in this movie. Is like so predictable. And I want to count against it because we all know the film that came out in '88 was rated R. This one is PG-13, and it seemed like they was catering to this new generation, not too much for the people who grew up on the original film. Um, yeah, I didn't like this film. I'm sorry, people who may get upset at me for saying this, but they did not need to do this. I would love to see how Ryan Coogler's vision was for this film. We will never know. This movie has so much potential to be better than it was. Um, yeah, so what I'm going to do is rate this. I'm going to give it a low rental. That means that is out there. You guys, if you want to watch it, I recommend it if you're having a free day. If you just feel like watching, the continuance of the 1988 film, you can go ahead and watch it there. Yeah, it's yeah. So I'll give it a low rental. If you've seen the film, let me know how you thought about it. Comment below, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Thanks.